Okay, welcome everybody. We need to make a start. Christy is just concerned that we will be pushing to get through everything today. But well done for being here. As you can see, we've had quite a few apologies. It's the first Sunday of the month and this hasn't worked out with work routines. So we'll assess whether we have a Saturday or a Sunday in the future. But anyway, you can't win everybody.
Well, if you have it on a day like today, it's better if it's raining.
Yes, yes. But anyway, no, there's some genuine people that would love to be here that just cannot be here. So, Christy is going to share with you her journey and what she believes has helped to get her to where she is today. If Christy had stayed where she was when I first met Christy, I think you'd be the first one to say that you wouldn't be where you are today if you had stayed in that little... No. And to hear Christy's story, and some of you may have, may not have, but Christy even had difficulty in reading a book. You know, life gets busy and she was just able to get through life without reading. And so it's been a major change for Christy and just absolute full marks to her. What we don't always realise, and I was one in my very early days 15 years ago when I first started with Manatech, you know, I just wanted to take the product and find the results before I even thought of sharing it with anyone. But I've learnt today it's different because Manatech have done all the clinical trials and all that's out there, so we don't have to worry about that side of it any longer. All the validation is there. But for me personally, to grow as a person was huge for me. At that time, I was managing 60 staff, and to have the personal development, it not only fitted me for going with Manatech and being able to share this opportunity with people, telling them the whole story of Manatech, but it equipped me to manage staff, and that was huge, and family, grandchildren. So it's just not about Manatech, but it's just a huge journey for you, I believe, to develop if you really want to go further with Manatech. You know, Manatech's just not a little backyard company. It really offers you whatever you want to take out of this. It can be health, but to work with health, and to Trevor and I, it was financial freedom. For the investment that you put in, and all of you here today have put in that investment, for you to want to take out of that, if you're looking for security for life, and that small investment, what other company can offer you a six-figure income and more if you want to do more and change the world at the same time with the M5M program, and just giving people the opportunity to know that their body's pretty amazing. All it needs is to have the right nutrition. So to equip you to do that, Christy's going to show you and share with you a very amazing man who is a mentor, he's an educator, all of those things. So I'm going to hand over to Christy now, so enjoy the day. Thank you. And there's popcorn because Christy thought you might all go to sleep. So just want some popcorn.
It was a little bit like a movie thing, because basically I'm not actually going to be training you. I'm leaving that to the experts, which from a guy and others on this website that I actually tap into to learn the skills that we need. But before I do that, I want to welcome you all here and thank you very much for taking your time out on this beautiful Sunday, and really shows your commitment to be here and everything. So I'll just tell you my story, then I'll let the videos do the rest. I wrote this down because I thought if I get too nervous to tell you, it'll be easier, and I'm too nervous, so I'll read it. So I'll just say, 2 years ago I started this business with Manatech after selling my conventional business. And my decision was based on the fact that I had nothing else to do at the time. At the time I had tried the products and I was what we call a one-box wonder, where I tried them, got better, stopped taking them. And Karen, being my sister-in-law, I still had that relationship with her and saw her one day and thought, could I do that? I don't know. No, I don't think I can. I'm not a salesperson. And so my question was, can I really do this business? I'm not a salesperson. Karen kept telling me, you don't have to be a salesperson. And Grant, my husband, he thinks I can do anything, so he encouraged me to do it anyway. So I hopped on the Manatech train, and unbeknown to me, thinking I was not a salesperson was the least of my worries. I was paralysed with fear. Fear of rejection, fear of making a mistake, fear of what people thought of me, fear of not being perfect, fear of not earning enough money, fear of not being able to do presentations, fear of making calls, and fear of not knowing enough about the products. And that's just probably a few of them. So I used to come to...
She agrees.
But one thing I did do before, right back at the beginning, I invested in these 2 videos. At the time, I didn't read, don't like reading, still don't like reading, but I am in the car a lot. So I bought this on audio, which is a GoPro, which is Eric Warwick, who'll be doing training today. But you can buy it in the book version, which somebody else who reads bought along for me. And this is your first year network marketing. This actually goes for 11 hours, so that's a fair bit of listening. So they were the 2 that I actually first bought and listened to, and they did scare me a lot when I listened to them. And then I would come to the Monday night meetings here. I attended the ACON in Adelaide, and I would say, I want to be one of those people getting a reward, or I want to be at that level. And so I'd come home, I'd be all inspired, but then I'd be crippled with fear and do nothing. I paid a lot of money to try to learn to do it online because I thought it would be easier. So for the first 12 months, I spent 95% of my time learning about the products, Navigate, Success Tracker, online marketing, as well as trying to find and learn from any successful person I could, all from the confines of my home. And the other 5% of the time, I would talk to people. When I actually read this out to my husband, he said it wasn't even 5% of the time that I was talking to people. He said I would make any excuse not to talk to them. Then I would get no's, not interested, asked if it was a pyramid scheme and the affordability objection. I would end up in tears saying I can't do this. I would wake up feeling like the walls are closing in on me. I would overwhelm myself and feel like there's no way that I can do this. But amongst all of this, I did get a yes occasionally. So the one thing I didn't do, and that is I never gave up. I never quit. Then I was lucky enough to go to Manifest in May 2014 and then ACON in Brisbane. I returned home feeling even more inspired and confident and started getting out of the house. I started going with Karen to more appointments, attending all the meetings here, super regionals, training sessions like this one, as well as subscribe to the TOMS program. But before I subscribed to the TOMS program, I actually, Leonie, who's at Team She's from South Africa, I even had all of her TOMS program that I was listening to before that. So I was constantly listening to something every day, even before this whole time. I spent a lot of time in the car, so I listened to CDs everywhere I go. I did a dream board when we came here, like this, as some of you may line up, have done a dream board. That's amazing. Did you know that?
I didn't.
And I listen to and watch something, while I'm doing the ironing, while I'm doing the housework. So I'm always doing something instead of watching TV or listening to headbanging music or whatever it is. So basically, I believe that this had all a compounding effect. I think I've grown as a person through all these things, and because of that, my business has grown. Before I knew it, I've reached national, which 12 months prior seemed so daunting and going to be impossible to achieve. Impossible for me to achieve. I also won a trip to Tahiti incentive, which has helped my confidence. I continue to do what I've been doing, so I continue to grow because, believe it or not, I'm still full of fear. It's just not as crippling. My opinion, my personal opinion is that the first thing you need to have is a dream or a goal to keep you from quitting when the quitting virus hits your head. So if you haven't already done one, you know, on a rainy day with the kids, maybe do yourself a dream board so that you've got something that needs to get you there, because you know, your dream is your driving force, your leading light, and nothing could get me to where I want to go other than this business. So I've done everything it takes to attain the skills of this profession. Secondly, you need to have belief in the products, belief in the company, and belief in this business model. I personally have helped a lot of people with health challenges get onto these products and get in there and they're getting amazing results. So with their stories and all the science, validation, as Judy was talking about, the patents, it hasn't taken me long to have real belief in these products. I overcome the dreaded pyramid objection and is one of those things with the help of the guy that you're hearing from today, Eric Worre. He's helped me with the belief of this profession. Rise of the Entrepreneur is a must-watch. That one there is a must-watch DVD for this reason. Who here has actually watched the whole lot of this? Yep. You have to watch this to really get. Do you think it gave you belief in the business model? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really. And watch it a couple of times if you need to. I've also learned that I'm not a salesperson. I'm developing relationships with people, and based on where they are in life, I just share, educate or inform them of these amazing products. What they do with that is up to them, but I am there to guide them if they want. I have learned to let go of the outcome. You see, I've been learning the skills of this profession, and Eric Worre has taught me these skills, and I've had him in my ear for the past 18 months. So basically, this is a website that I've subscribed to, and it's a lot of different speakers where people have paid thousands of dollars of money to go and see these events, but we're able to see recordings of them. And I'm just going to play this girl because I think a lot of us would resonate with. Is that going to play?